Thank you for joining me today. My name is Leslie and welcome back to my channel, Silver Moon Creations. And if you're new here, welcome. Here I try to bring all things crafty, whether it's paper crafting, mixed media, some DIYs, and some crafty hauls. But most of all, let's just get crafty together. So welcome. Alrighty, so as you can see, I have my Dash of Dave project sitting here. So we are going to do a few more embellishments for this project. So as you can see, I have a couple of things. I am trying to get the inserts here. I did, the last time I had worked on this, I had done this insert. And this actually just fits right into here. So it fits right into the pocket. So I have two more pockets. I have one here, and then I have one here. So I have two of Dave's digitals. I will make sure that I have all of Dave's information, his Etsy shop, and the digitals that I am currently using down below in the description area down below, so you can go and check out his wonderful digitals. So what I am doing is, again, I am going to be filling up these pockets. So I did measure these out because I'm going to put a little bit of a tab on there. But this is the digital that I wanted to use for this one. And then this is the one I wanted to use for this one. Okay, that's why I clipped them on. Now, the way I now do this is I have two carts. I have one little cart that was my cart for when I had my office set up for work. So that little cart that I used for work, I now have my projects. So I have my bins set up with my projects in them. So it's easy for me to just pull the bin and I have my projects in here. So this is all of my Dash of Dave stuff. So this is stuff that I want to use for Dash of Dave. So these are some of the digitals that I have for what I want to put into this journal as of right now. So here is my cart setup. Squirrel. So this is my cart, my rolly cart, but this is my project cart. So I have this little rolly cart, and then I have 3 tiers. So I have project down there, and then I have a project here, and then I have my Dash of Dave project up on top here. And then all I do is basically roll it from in that corner to over here next to my desk, and I am all set to go. So let's put you back up here. All right, so I haven't done anything. That was the only thing I had done. So we're gonna put this off to the side for now. And we're going to work on this one. And yes, I know this has a Christmas greeting on it, but I don't care. I just thought it was a really pretty picture. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to distress. Again, I'm going to use my gathered twigs here. So I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for all my new subscribers. I truly, truly appreciate it. As you can see now by having advertisements, I am now monetized. So I can't say thank you, thank you, thank you enough to all of you. It means so much to me because, like I've said in the past, it's taken me a long time to get to this point again. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of collage here. So my sweet husband knows how depressed and upset and miserable and I've been with the pain and all the stuff I've been going through, and you name it. He was so sweet. He said to me, he knows how much, even though I may say I have like a love-hate relationship with Disney. Let's just put it that way. I have loved Disney ever since I was a kid. Been a huge fan of Disney. And was finally able to go to a park with my cousin Darlene back in the 80s. And that was only because my I think it was my Aunt Elsie had timeshare. Yes, it was my Aunt Elsie before she sold it. She had timeshare. So my cousin Darlene and I, she actually had bought it for my parents, and of course my parents wouldn't go. But that's a whole other story in itself. But so needless to say, the tickets were bought, everything was bought. The place was reserved, all that. So my cousin Darlene and I went together. And that was like the first time I had ever gone anywhere without my parents, let's put it that way, even more so. And so it was an interesting experience. My cousin and I had a good time, but my cousin and I were two very different people. I'm always a very subdued type person. I'm not a partier. No, you know, not one of those type of people. And so she had to kind of like drag me out of myself to like go anywhere and do anything. And so we went and we had a good time. We did. We had a really good time. We had a rental car and stuff like that. But anyway, that was where I got my love of, I think, traveling from. That's where I started to like being able to travel. So anyway, so I had, after that, anytime I was able to, you know, find the money or whatever to, you know, go to Disney, I did. Let's put it that way. So I went to Disney pretty often. Let's put it that way. You know, and my mother used to always say to me, save your money for when you're older or when you retire, so you can travel when you retire and stuff like that. I'm so glad I never listened to her when it came to that, because look at me now. I'm what, 55, and I can barely walk. You know, I mean, if I would have waited, I wouldn't have done anything. I wouldn't have experienced anything in my life. So I'm glad I went and did the things that I did. I'm glad I went on the cruises and went to Disney as many times as I did. That I went to Las Vegas and, you know, went on the cruises and, you know, went to California and, you know, whatever couple of places that I did go to. Because you never know what life is going to throw at you. You really don't. So, you know, you really have to live life to the fullest. You really do. But anyway, so John had said to me about going to Florida if I wanted to go to Disney. And I'm like, how am I going to go to Disney? Now, I've never been on a scooter. I know a lot of people do Disney on a scooter. So I looked into it and I'm like, I guess it's possible. I mean, I'd have to practice. But the whole thought of me going so far away, I mean, I have a friend of mine who said she would go, but she has just as many issues as I do, so she'd have to be on a scooter too. And trying to fit a scooter, 2 scooters, in a room at Disney would be fun, to say the least. Let's just put it that way. But, so I don't know. I keep going back and forth in my head. And, you know, John said to me last night, he says, Leslie, I think your Disney days are over. And I'm like, I think so. I really do. I think they are over. I mean, unless something happens and something changes and they can figure out what's wrong with me and something will happen with the medications that they have. Because so far the medications I'm on now, nothing's helping. So, I don't know. I don't know. So these are a bunch of different laces and fabrics and saris. Don't know. Kind of like this color. Let's see what we got in here. I have this, I know. Especially getting on a plane. That's my main concern. With my back. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, we could always cover up the Christmas. I don't need to have that there. I mean, my love-hate relationship with Disney is just how greedy they've become. I mean, I understand it's a business, but, you know, it's just absolutely ridiculous with how expensive everything has gone. I ended up watching a video last night. I just came across it, and I think it was from the Disney food blogs. And it was in reference to why people have gotten so, I guess, pissed off with Disney. And she couldn't understand it either. And she was kind of saying, in other words, you know, people are pissed off at Disney because they're pretty much gouging everybody with price gouging and stuff like that. But everybody is still going to the parks and stuff. So, of course, if it's demand. So, of course, they're going to raise their prices. If you keep going to the parks, why shouldn't they raise their prices? It makes perfect business sense for them to. And she was talking about this in her video last night, and I had to agree with her. Because she was talking about how there used to be specific time frames where there used to be, you know, a lag where you knew, like, say, like certain times in the fall where you knew that the prices were going to come down because not so many people would be traveling at that time of the year. Not anymore. You know, and now, like, what they've done is with their spacing out of, like, their rides and stuff like that, people, of course, want to go for when the new rides are being introduced and stuff like that. But, you know, like she said, it's even like with the Disney dining plan, they haven't brought that back out yet. So there's no, a lot of people, the only way they were able to afford, and I was one of them, when they used to do the free dining. That's how I used to go to Disney all the times that I did go. When I went with my parents those 2 times, we went on the free dining program. Because when you go, otherwise, it's so expensive to have to pay for your food on top of everything else that you have to pay for. And I'm sitting there when I watch, you know, the people that I watch when they're down there. I like to watch, it's a brother, they're 2 brothers, and it's called Goo to You. Instead of Boo to You, it's Goo. They call him Goo. His nickname is Goo. And, so they say what the prices of some of the food items are, even like at the, like right now they're doing the garden festival. Some of those items, they're these tiny little items, and they want like $9.75. And when they're talking about the items, they're like, one of them was from Italy. It literally, it was in this little cup, no exaggeration. The cup was probably about this big, this tall. It had maybe 2 stalks of romaine lettuce, and it had a little tiny little bit of stuff inside of it. And they were charging, I want to say it was close to $10 for it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And even the kid said it. He says, yeah, he says, I can make this myself from Costco. He says, and it would still be cheaper. I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's ridiculous. But they're buying it. People are buying it. So, who's to blame? The consumers. We are. We're to blame. We are. We are the ones to blame. But I remember the days when, because John and I had our honeymoon. We went for a couple of days and we did concierge at the Polynesian. And I've stayed at the Polynesian a couple of times. And I remember when it used to be $300 a night. I cannot believe that it is like $800 and something a night now. I am absolutely floored at what the prices are for these rooms now. I remember when a value resort used to be, no exaggeration, $64 a night. Might have been, yeah, they were in the 60s. They were definitely in the 60s. I want to say it was like $62 a night. I remember paying 62, 65, and then I remember paying for a moderate. I remember paying $94 a night, $97 a night, something like that. And then I remember paying like $120 something for like a higher end moderate. I'm trying to think of what else. So when I went to go look at the prices, even with the amounts, like the savings that they do for, you know, every year they do where they'll do, you know, 25% off, 10% off for, you know, the room categories and stuff like that. It was a big difference. I will say that. But when I went in there and I'm like looking and I'm like, oh my God, they want how much money for a room per night? I was like, oh my gosh. It did help with like the 25% off for some of the categories. It did. I will say that. It was a big difference for some of it. It really was. I will say that. But I'm just floored. I really am. I am absolutely floored. It would have been okay if I would feel a lot more comfortable if I knew I think was going to feel, I don't know. I okay. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I don't know. Like, the whole thing with me is one day I'm okay, but I hurt. I mean, I hurt every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't hurt. And I tell everybody, certain days are better than others, you know, just like anything. So to be so far away from home makes me a little bit too nervous. That's where I get nervous. I don't know. I prefer being closer to home right now. Plain and simple. And it kills me because I would love to go. And I think, and I know John knows that. I would love to go. And this is killing me. But it is what it is, right? So I get to stay here with you guys and make videos and play in the craft area. Now, I think it's going to go in this way. So I think I'm going to cut this in half. Oh, I have ribs cooking in the oven, and oh my gosh, do they smell amazing. Amazing. Oh my gosh. I have them cooking low and slow with like a Memphis type barbecue sauce. Well, not a sauce, like a rub. I'll put a sauce on it at the very end. Okay, that should be good. Now we got to put something there. I think we'll put that on the next one. What do we have flower-wise? It's got to be low profile. I think we're going with that. I think that should be okay. I've been feeding the birds, so you're gonna hear a lot of birds on my videos when I have my windows open. What about a little bit of bling? But they've been loving it. They've been loving it, the birds. Between the chipmunks, the birds, and the squirrels. They have been loving their food. I even got, let me put that other flower back in here. I I even got a dove and quail food because there were a couple of doves and stuff out here the one day. And I felt bad because I didn't have any food for them. So I said, well, I know they're due to come and do the lawns and stuff, but we've had some horrible weather. Nope. All right, so here we go. So let's check. So this one's going to go in here. I know it's not completely dry yet. Just want to make sure it's not going to be too far out. May have to take it down a little bit. That's better. Okay. All right. So that one is done. So now let's work on this one. We are halfway in, so I think we can do another one. So let's do this one. Now this one I already have. That's the tab I want to use. So I figured I could put like a washi tape or something on that. But when I pulled it out of my scraps little folder thing, it already looked like that. And I'm like, ooh, I could use that as the tab. I just have to strengthen it a little bit. I'm like, that'll work. This up. And don't forget, guys, we have a couple more days before we I'll be pulling the winner, the 1,500 subscriber giveaway. Don't forget about that. So make sure you get in on that. I can make you a personalized candle, or you will win that journal that I made. Now that one I don't know because I like the dark color behind it. This one I think I might just use I think I'm just going to ink this up and we're going to call it a day. I'm going to leave that the color it is. Maybe we'll put a little bit of lace or something, but I think that's all I'm going to do. Now I have this thicker lace. If I can find the end of it. That's pretty nice. I think we might use that. want it to go out. Yeah, we'll have it go that way. Can't have it go out too far because it's got to fit inside the piece. So I don't really want it. Can't really stick out. I just want it on the edge here. That's better. That's a better. All right, let's try that. See, like sitting here, if I sit here too long, like this is my second video I'm working on today. I worked on the Friday at 5 item challenge, so I shot that video today. So when I sit here for too long, my back starts to hurt. That's the whole thing. It's like it's either feast or famine. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it up on top too. That one piece on the top just isn't cutting it. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get as many videos shot in one day if I can as possible, because I want to make sure when John's home, I usually sit and relax with him. And so if I can get a couple of videos shot on the days that he's working, I think it will be a tremendous help, because at least then I can get everything edited. I'm just trying to build this up a little just because I want it to be a little bit sturdier too. It's kind of flimsy. So what better way to use the scraps? Kind of liking that the way it is. So I am going to be making a round journal. I have Laughing Cow cheese containers from my diet. So I have 2 of them so far. I have a whole bunch in the refrigerator. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I don't even think I need that. I think that'll be fine just the way it is. And I want to make a round journal. So I think the next video you see me do is going to be starting a round journal. All right, we need some stuff on this. We need some words or something. Let's see. We need a little bit of bling. About. I love that I tried to separate all this stuff out. I'm like, I need to put stuff out that I never am able to find and use. Start using all this stuff. Like, there's no reason why I can't put a little person on here. Oh, those ribs in the oven are like killing me. They smell so good. Oh. She's cute. I would need her sitting on something though. She's got a flower thing around her hair. So does she. I think we're going to stick with them because they have flower things on their hair. What about her? She's a little too tall. Let's see, who do we like here? I don't know. I think I'm gearing towards her here. Yeah, I think we're going to go towards her because she's got the white stockings. I like her. Now, where? All right, so let's put this down. Let's give her a little zhuzh. Okay. We're going to put you there. Put you there. What do we have here for words? We don't want the black, that's for sure. I think we'll put contentment. Still think that needs a little bit of bling. There we go. That's better. I think that's much better. Okay. All right, so that, I think that's it. So that's the two pieces that we've completed today. So those are two ephemera pieces for the Dash of Dave project that I am working on. So we are going to put them in here. So these are now all completed. So we have this one is in the front one. So this one is in here. Then in this one, we're going to put this one. And in this one goes this one. There we go. And that I might actually put I think I might actually put a hole and put a dangle off of that. I really like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put a charm or something to hang off of that. once I complete the pages. But so those pockets are done. So now I think what we'll do is we will start working on some of the inside pages. So we'll start putting some ephemera on the inside of the pages of this journal. Okay, so the next time we work on this, that's what we'll be doing. So thank you all for joining me today, and I hope you will join me on my next project, which I think we are going to be doing a round journal. So as you can see, I've been thinking about what I'm going to be doing. So I've been trying to make prototypes of the size that I need, but I kind of have an idea. But I am going to, and then there's a hole right here, so I kind of have an idea of kind of what I want to do with this. And then this is going to be the container for the journal. So stay tuned for that. So we're going to be working on a round journal in the next couple of videos. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care and be well, everybody.